What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tru Element 78 in the building with
your one and only reigning, defending Mondo Lucha Hall of Famer, the X-Man, Xavier Mustafa.
And everybody's favorite narcissist, the natural Chris Black.
And today is April 7th, 2021, and we are here to give you guys our Wrestlemania 2021 prediction. What is this, Wrestlemania 37 now? Or is it 36?
Something like that. It's 37. It's 37.
Yeah. Old as my co-host, you know.
It's WrestleMania COVID 2.
Electric Boogaloo. You left that part off. But yeah, it was so nice. We did it twice, but this year they're actually going to have people in attendance for this WrestleMania. There are tickets still available for you guys that are interested in going. At the time of recording of this, I believe there's like 1,000 tickets left. I'm sure to be sold out by Showtime. And this is going to be happening from the Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, hosted by the Immortal Hulk Hogan, as well as Titus O'Neil, or should I say Warrior Award recipient Titus O'Neil and Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's in a couple Hall of Fames, Hall of Fame of Racism, and the WWE Hall of Fame. Yeah, this has been a WrestleMania that's had probably one of the most lackluster builds. And I can't even say it has one of the most lackluster builds. Well, can I say that? Can I say it had a lackluster build? Because there were matches I was excited.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, because I was going to say there were matches I was excited about, but over the past several weeks, WWE has done everything, and I mean everything in their power to make me not care as much as I did when they first. Like, I feel like WrestleMania should happen like 3 weeks after the Royal Rumble. We don't need any of that other shit in the middle because all they ever do is fuck it up. The more rope you give them, the more they hang themselves, and the higher cliff they jump off of.
I actually agree with that. We don't need Fastlane. We don't need Elimination Chamber. Just go right to WrestleMania.
It should just be 6 weeks. They don't need a pay-per-view in between or anything, and just build. That's all they got to do. They don't need any other pay-per-views.
Yeah, because as it stands right now, we have 2 nights of matches on the 10th and the 11th of this month. So obviously this weekend that have, like I said, a lot of them had you excited. I was excited for Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. I was really excited for Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. Honestly, right now, the match I'm most excited about was the one I thought I didn't care that much about, and that's Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan in the triple threat match. And that's the only match happening on Sunday I care about at all.
Well, once again, nobody cares about WrestleMania. It's all going to be about NXT TakeOver, Stand and Deliver, because that's going to be delivering for everybody.
Oh, yeah. While we're at the top of the show, let's go ahead and knock that out with some church announcements. I'll go first. For those of you who are not subscribed to our YouTube page, you need to go over there and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you're notified whenever new episodes go up. Obviously, this is dropping today. Hopefully, you guys are listening to this before NXT tonight because we have our NXT Stand and Deliver predictions up over on our YouTube page. So go over there and check that out and give it a listen. Other than that, I'll pass it off to you guys. What do you guys have coming up? Any shows?
Well, we just concluded Battle for Supremacy 6, which is our anniversary show. We are heading to Ruckus at the Root River Center. That is going to be the 1st of May, Saturday, at the Root River Center. And Chris Black and TC Washington has found themselves in a no disqualification match against the Dark Match Mafia for the Legacy Pro Tag Team title. We're going to have Sean Priest getting his chance at Brown Sugar for the Legacy Pro Wrestling title. We got Isaiah Moore that's going to be stepping in the ring with Eric Dillinger, and more to be announced. Tickets are available when you hear this at LegacyProWI.com and Facebook.com/LegacyProWI.
I have River City Championship Wrestling. Friday, April 9th. I will be taking on Justin Dredd, someone that I know very well in the business. Looking forward to working with him. Check out my YouTube channel, but I'll talk more about that at the end.
All right, and also another special announcement for you guys. Our podcast this week, obviously, is good. WrestleMania is on Saturday. We're going to be attempting to get the episode out early to you guys, so look forward. Check your podcast streams for those who are subscribed, or for those who aren't, go ahead and find us on wherever you get your favorite podcast from, Saturday Night Slamcasters. Our episodes normally drop every second and fourth Saturday out of the month, but due to WrestleMania, we're going to be dropping on the 9th. So as Chris Black is making his way down to the ring, preparing to count those lights, you guys can see the light at the end of the tunnel by checking out the latest episode of the Saturday Night Slamcasters. Also, another programming note for you guys, we're going to have a special episode dropping for you guys on April 16th. And on that episode, we're going to be talking about WrestleMania. That's going to be our WrestleMania review, as well as discussing the fallout from Raw. Also discussing NXT moving to Tuesdays and everything that went on that show, as well as AEW. And we might even sprinkle in a little bit of Impact on there since they're moving to Thursdays as well. So that's a programming note for you guys. There will be a special episode dropping on the 16th, and we have our podcast going to be dropping a day early this week. So be sure that you're subscribed. Get over there to your favorite podcast app and check us out. So with that being said, with those programming notes out of the way, let's get into giving you guys our WrestleMania predictions. And we're going to kick things off with Saturday's card. A special WWE programming note. WrestleMania normally starts at like noon, but due to it being over 2 days this year, like last year, but they're going to be starting an hour later. So the pre-show, which they're saying there's not going to be any matches on because they want the first view of the venue to be the start of WrestleMania. They're going to be starting the kickoff show at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and the actual show is going to start at 7 p.m. So I got a feeling we're in for probably about a 3.5-hour night, both Saturday and Sunday. That's what I'm envisioning. So.
Also, no starting at 10 o'clock in the morning and ending at 12 midnight, and people can't get home because the transit system shuts down at 10, like 2 years ago.
For the first time,
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just me. All right, so obviously Chris Black has been canceled by the internet. So.
Damn it, Right to Censor got him.
Yeah, I don't know what he was getting ready to say, but he said a lot of things on this podcast that the Zuck and other people might not approve of. So Chris Black has been officially canceled. It's crazy that he's black. He's been canceled. I don't know.
He froze for a minute, but Chris Black is black. Is black? Yeah, Chris Black is back.
Yeah, I'm black. What about it?
Yeah, you just like Paul Pierce. Yeah, you froze up, so we don't know what you were saying or getting ready to say.
Oh. Fuck WrestleMania.
See, I knew it was
In a nutshell.
As a staff wrestling show and as a motherfucking crew, you left that part out.
See, I told you, right? It was Right to Censor. They got him. There's a 3-second delay or something.
You said you got canceled like Paul Pierce, but But yeah, let's kick things off. So the show's gonna be starting early. Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman inside of a steel cage. Nobody wanted to see this match. Nobody. Wow. Okay, Chris Black keeps getting taken out. So, Xavier Mustafa, what are your thoughts on Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman?
Trash. We all lose here because we have to watch this for whatever ridiculous amount of time that they would give them, which is probably going to be a lot. I just get the Shane jumping off whatever he's going to jump off of and take it home so we can move on with our lives.
I think he's going to do the Cody Rhodes spot. He's going to hit a moonsault off the top of the cage.
I think he's going to go to the top of the cage, then go up the little platform that goes around the cage in the ring and drop through that now.
You know what? It's Shane McMahon. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a shooting star press off the top of the cage.
Remember, Shane is kind of old. Look, just give it to Braun Strowman. You can't go around calling this man stupid for the past 3-4 weeks and do the dumping on the. You can't do this on television, slime all over his head.
Don't do it. Don't be a bully. Be a star. That's their whole campaign.
Yeah.
If they let Shane McMahon win in the end, what type of message is that sending?
If Shane McMahon wins, WWE is officially done with Braun Strowman. I mean, they're already almost there. But this will put the nail in the coffin if Shane McMahon wins.
I mean, Shane McMahon been whooping his ass for weeks now, so might as well go
that's why Braun has to win. If he doesn't, this has just been a 4-week burial.
Really, if the match goes longer than 5 or 8 minutes.
Which it will.
Listen, you're going to get 5 minutes of him ducking and dodging Braun. Then we're going to get a good minute of the train sound effect with him running around the ring.
Well, they're inside a cage.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I just thought about that as I said it.
Pretty much, here's what I'm envisioning for this match. I think we're all voting that Braun should win, but I think Shane's going to actually win. And I think Shane's going to win in this manner. I think Braun Strowman's going to get the Paul White spot from St. Valentine's Day Massacre when Big Show debuted, or should I say the Giant debuted in WWE, and threw Stone Cold into the cage, and the whole freaking side of the cage came down. I think that's going to happen. Braun's going to throw Shane. The wall of the cage is going to come down, and Shane's going to fall to the floor, both feet touching it. So it's going to be like a fluke win.
Oh, if they do that again. Because they kind of did that with Roman Reigns not too long ago. Remember Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, they went through the cage? They need to leave that alone.
I think Bobby Lashley did too. Didn't he pounce the damn cage over or some shit? He jumped in the air. I just got a vision of him jumping into the cage and the whole thing coming down.
Don't tell me about your kinky dreams at night. Dreaming about the Almighty. You are not Ruth. Almighty should not be in your dreams.
Almighty. I think, yeah.
Hashtag flimsy ass cage.
Where your cage at?
See, remember he into that kinky shit.
Yeah, he like to keep pets. For those you don't know, this is Mustafa. He got a cage in the basement.
I do not have a cage. There might be a swing or two.
Whatever you want to call it, a detention center, a holding facility.
Might be a swing and a slide. Oh wait, now I just sound like a pedophile.
So are we all saying that Braun should win, but we think Shane's gonna win?
No, I'm saying Braun better win.
So you're picking Braun? Is Braun your pick?
Yes.
I'm glad we're not wagering anything this WrestleMania. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I asked these guys about making a wager, and both of them were cowards. So
lies.
Nothing's on the line.
Lies. It was just brought up right now. I'm gonna go Braun. Yeah, I'll go Braun.
No, I told you let's make a wager, and whoever the loser was had to perform Maki Ito's theme song in full costume, or I think that's what it was. You had to sing Maki Ito's song.
Where am I gonna find a Maki Ito costume that I can get into?
I'm sure you can find it.
I know you'll find a place. Never mind.
We all know some big bitches. You gotta wear some heels too. But anyways, next up we got the Raw Tag Team Championship being defended by the New Day, taking on AJ Styles and Omos. And this is Omos' in-ring debut, even though he did have a little bit of action over the past 2 weeks on Raw. A little bit more action, I should say, than usual. So he pretty much has Braun Strowman's moveset, which is one of the problems with the Performance Center.
I want to say it's a New Day, but I think they're going to drop them again so they can win them at some other time and be the 50th time World Tag Team Champions.
Yeah,
well,
I think
not for the exact same reasons, but I do think AJ Styles and Omos are winning.
Yeah, I do think at the end of their career, they would have probably won the tag team championships more times than R-Truth has won the 24/7 championship.
Right.
I'm gonna go with New Day beating AJ and Omos because this is gonna be their first attempt, and you know how WWE likes to do. I think we'll get this until Money in the Bank, and then they drop the belts to AJ Styles and Omos. Next up, we got Cesaro taking on Seth Rollins, which is a feud built on swinging. The natural Chris Black knows a lot about that.
Still my business.
So, getting into the swing of things, who do you think is going to win, Cesaro or Seth Rollins?
Cesaro, please.
Yeah, it has to be Cesaro. Someone said on another podcast or whatever that Cesaro's been in the company like 10 years, and this is his first singles match at Mania. He has to win.
Wow, that is true.
And I think Seth would be down with putting him over.
Yeah, I think you put Cesaro over in this situation. Like, it's always funny, you know, whenever we do these prediction shows, it's always what makes sense, but it always seems like WWE does the opposite. And Seth Rollins is also one of those guys that is polarizing. Like, Seth Rollins, if he kept his mouth shut on social media, he'd be the guy that you want to root for. But because he doesn't seem to know how to shut the hell up and just be a wrestler instead of trying to be the corporate
just a
guy.
natural born heel. Just be a natural heel. That bullshit about you can't be a baby face because everyone complains. That's some heel shit. You're gonna be booed. Stick with being a heel.
And so whenever he wins, it feels like a troll. At this point, like they're trolling you. Like if he beats Cesaro, I feel like we're being trolled.
I think they're over Seth Rollins also. Like I don't want to say as a main eventer, but unfortunately, I think they're over with him. I think Vince McMahon had his fun with Seth Rollins, and he's done with him.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny though that he says that because Cesaro is a babyface that would get cheered, and you know he's gonna get cheered. Like immediately, WrestleMania, Seth Rollins' statement on social media is gonna be proven wrong because they're gonna be in front of a live crowd that's gonna boo the shit out of him and cheer the hell out of Cesaro. So I think Cesaro should win this though. Like let's move him up the card. Seth Rollins' time has passed. So
yeah.
So we're all in agreement, Cesaro.
Yep.
Okay. Next up, we got Bad Bunny and Damian Priest taking on The Miz and John Morrison. So they finally turned this into the tag team match that had been rumored forever.
Hey, ho ho! This whole match got to go.
Yes, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest next.
Right, with
ease.
You know they're winning. They're winning.
I don't know. Damian Priest is actually a fan of wrestling, so I could imagine him being like maybe WWE wanting him to go over and him going like, nah, I want to do this the right way. So I'm actually gonna give it to him. That hurts Damian Priest though.
Or would they actually give like what goes on with Bad Bunny after this? I think that's what comes into play more. Is he gonna still be there? He's gonna be there longer. Then okay, maybe it makes sense for them to go over, so he can go on his singles career. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to say Miz and Morrison, but like I said, that hurts Damian Priest. But I think Bad Bunny would do the right thing and be like, no, I want to take the pin like on my back or whatever. I'm gonna pick the Miz and Morrison. Mustafa.
Oh, I already said. Oh no, I didn't say. Damian Priest and Bad Bunny.
All right, 2-1. Next up, we got one of the matches I was most looking forward to until Fastlane happened. You're going to have the SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks taking on Bianca Belair for the title. So, I do think Bianca Belair wins here. I think if you want to make a star, Bianca Belair needs to win here.
Absolutely. Absolutely correct. Plus, I mean, Sasha Banks, she's made it this long with her title. This is her longest title reign. We can all have, be happy for her. But yeah, if they want to create, or not even create, if they want to establish Bianca Belair as the star as she is, let her have her moment.
Yep, 100% Bianca Belair for me.
All right, and then finally, which this should not be the main event, and Drew McIntyre has stated he wants to open the show to be the first person out there in front of a crowd. Also, I think he wants to go out there in front of a hot crowd. That's also part of the reason.
I would not want to main event this shit.
Yeah, because, well, I think because last year he got nothing. He got nothing, just the championship. It was an empty arena, so I think he wants to go out there to a ruckus crowd who hasn't seen live wrestling on a grand stage and all the things they're rumored to be planning for WrestleMania. I think he wants to be out there in front of them. But anyways, we got the WWE champion Bobby Lashley defending against Drew McIntyre, and I think Drew McIntyre takes it off of Lashley here. I think this is the nail in the coffin for the Hurt Business, because we saw a little bit of dissension on Monday between Bobby Lashley and MVP as well. So,
up until the breakup of the Hurt Business, I 100% thought that Bobby Lashley would be going over because there's much more they can still tell with this story. But WWE has proven once again that you can't have any faith in their booking. You cannot trust them to do the right thing or what's best for business. Not to shit on Drew McIntyre, but he's going to win. Bobby Lashley's going to go away and fade like he shouldn't. But I don't know. Unless it's a giant swerve, never mind. Drew McIntyre's winning, unfortunately. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
I would love for this to be the first WrestleMania where a babyface is not going over in the main event. I want to see Bobby Lashley hold on to it. Now, I have what's what I'm looking for? I have a good history with betting on Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. So I'm going to stick with who I trust, and I'm going to say Bobby Lashley retains.
Well, they do say always bet on black, so I guess that's why you got good luck betting on Bobby Lashley. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Drew for him to get it. It's difficult, man, because I think Drew should win it back at SummerSlam. I don't think he should get it now, but it seems like they're hell bent on destroying and burning to the ground everything that MVP did. I don't know if MVP's contract is up and he didn't resign, because it has been a year. It's been over a year, because he came back at the Royal Rumble, and they signed those contracts. So I have no idea, but I'm gonna go ahead and stick with Drew McIntyre taking it. And there is a match that I forgot that was added on Monday, and that's the tag team turmoil match, which sees the women's tag teams. The winner of the tag team turmoil match will receive a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match on night 2 of the pay-per-view. So we got the team of Lana and Naomi taking on Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose, taking on the Riot Squad, taking on Natalya and Tamina.
Now, what would make sense, and we've just established that WWE doesn't always do what makes sense. The best bet to me out of this group would be Lana and Naomi. Lana needs to pin, damn it, lost for words. Shayna Baszler's partner. Nia Jax. Nia Jax.
What, on Sunday? You talking about on Sunday? So Lana and Naomi go all the way?
Oh, yeah, my fault. I jumped the gun. But yeah, Lana and Naomi. They've got they still have history with the tag team champs.
Remember, she already put her through a table though.
Yeah, but I feel like that really wasn't resolved. I feel like it just wasn't. I see that's the opportunity to take the titles off those two, because Jesus Christ, has it been a more meaningless title run? Don't know what they're going to do with it afterwards, because I can't see, like, most of these, like, all these teams, they're the faces, right? So
except
who's Lana
Tamina
and Naomi gonna feud with? I guess Natalya and Tamina. I mean, it could be worse, but whatever.
Could be. Tamina's involved. Do you think it could be worse?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree that it should be Lana and Naomi, even though I do think Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose have been busting their ass, and Lana and Naomi and Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose both all have beef with more beef, I should say, with Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, more so than the Riot Squad, even though they also got their ass beat the shit. So all the babyface teams in this match have beef with Baszler and Nia. Lana and Naomi have been the most recent, though. So,
well, for the record, I wouldn't mind Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose winning this match either.
But I'm gonna go with Lana and Naomi because Naomi needs something to do. She's too good to be doing nothing. Period.
Oh, so y'all just gonna jump on the Lana bandwagon now? And I've been rooting for the Lana comeback forever. But yes, I'm agreeing with both of you guys. I would love it to be them too.
All right. And that takes us to night 2 of WrestleMania, which is going to have the match, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler taking on the winner of the tag team turmoil match, which you all picked Lana and Naomi to win. And I'm going to go with Lana and Naomi win the tag team championships. I already know Chris Black concurs with that, so, and I'm sure Xavier Mustafa concurs with that.
Yep.
Bottom line, we all know we want the tag team titles to be changed.
All right, and then next up we got the champion Matt Riddle, United States champion Matt Riddle taking on Sheamus. I think Riddle retains here.
Yep, I'm gonna go with Riddle retaining as well. I actually like these two together because they do pretty much beat the piss out of each other. So it's always a good physical match.
Yeah, if you've noticed, Sheamus has only been wrestling people who actually have a high pain tolerance. Lately, it's Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, or Matt Riddle. So Matt Riddle was a legit fighter, so he doesn't mind getting smacked around for a bit. So him and Sheamus have been good in the ring together. Jeff Hardy is just the ragdoll king, so he gets the piss beaten out of him, and Drew McIntyre also isn't afraid to get physical. So I think I've been really liking the Sheamus run that he's been on, even though, like for him right now, wins and losses haven't even really mattered to me. I've really been enjoying Sheamus's work, but I do think that Matt Riddle's going to retain here.
I think Riddle's going to retain, but I don't know. I should go with my gut. I think Sheamus is going to beat him because I don't know. The shit they're doing with Riddle makes me think that, again, they don't take him serious, and maybe Vince McMahon doesn't see money in him anymore. So I'm going to go with Riddle, but I would not be shocked if Sheamus takes it.
All right. Then we have Kevin Owens taking on Sami Zayn with Logan Paul in his corner. And I predict Kevin Owens to win and Logan Paul to eat a stunner.
It's funny. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why. But I have a feeling Sami Zayn's going to win.
I'm going to go with Sami Zayn. And I go with both of them getting but especially Logan Paul getting hit with a stunner.
I can live with that.
Then next up, we got the Nigerian drum fight, which we don't know what the rules are for this just yet, but it's going to be Big E taking on Apollo Crews.
Big E. Big E is my pick.
You said Big E?
Yep. Big E Langston for me.
I think they're going to give it to Apollo Crews just to say they tried with this dude.
Please, Lord, no.
I do. I do. I really think that they're going to give it to him just kind of like, just to please, I guess, I don't know, shut the people up. Like, you can't say we never gave him a shot. He's going to crash and burn with the title, and they're going to be like, see, I told you.
You don't want to see Jordan Harrison win a match, man? Xavier Mustafa don't like to see nobody win, man. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to say something, but I guess not. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pick Apollo Crews should win. Otherwise, stick a fork in him. He's done. The gimmick change was for nothing. Um, I feel like you got to give it to Apollo Crews. So I'm gonna pick Apollo Crews because I do think that there's money in Apollo Crews. Just for a little bit, like a 6 month little storyline. But I don't know where he goes from here, and I also don't know where Big E goes from here. Like what the Intercontinental picture is actually looking like, because I feel like on SmackDown the only viable options for Big E or Apollo Crews if they win would be Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn. So if Apollo Crews wins here, obviously they're gonna have Big E maybe do a rematch or whatever or two. But then I think Apollo has to move on to Kevin Owens. If Big E wins, then Sami Zayn would have to win, and I think then you go Sami Zayn and Big E going over the Intercontinental title once again, which we've already seen. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pick Apollo Crews because there's nobody else over on SmackDown that could feud with Big E because we've already seen him and Sami Zayn. Yeah, so I'm going with Apollo Crews. And I guess we already know Mustafa picked Big E. Next up, we got The Fiend with Alexa Bliss taking on Randy Orton.
All right. So this is going to be payback for The Fiend. I'd like to think that I would like to maybe, I don't know, a part of me kind of wants Orton to win so they.
Jesus Christ, Chris Black. Is that Mustafa? Go ahead.
I was going to say last time you froze.
But you see, this
hold
is one
on.
of those feuds that
you froze again. I don't know what's going on with you.
This is one of those feuds that need to culminate in a Hell in a Cell. Except for that bitch isn't until 6 months from now. So I would like this feud to continue one more match and have a big blow away to the feud. But I don't. I think the Fiend should just win it. I think the Fiend should just win and end it. If they were closer to Hell in a Cell, I'd want to see a Hell in a Cell between these two. But again, since it's like 6 months away, just end it. Let the Fiend beat him.
Or 3 stages of Hell.
Yeah, but the next gimmick is what? Is it Money in the Bank? They're not going to do anything.
Or a Kennel from Hell match.
I think we see a Fiend victory, and then we see Randy Orton ride off into the sunset because he has a part-time contract, from my understanding, and he's been on TV a lot this past 6 months. So I think we see him go away for a while. And then maybe they do bring it back for WrestleMania, or not WrestleMania, SummerSlam, or Hell in a Cell is what, October, right?
You know what? I wouldn't have a problem with that. And I know we didn't really get to touch on it on the podcast, our most recent episode, the Stone Cold and Randy Orton sit down. And Randy Orton was just talking about his promos being his weakness all of this time. But now he feels that he's been finally hitting a chord and they trust him a lot more in the back for him to go out there and just cut a promo from the heart. And I think you've been seeing that. Randy Orton has been doing, like, whether you like the supernatural stuff or not, there's no denying that Randy Orton has been doing some of the best promo work of his entire life.
Very good. Very good.
Like he has hit that stride of top tier promos in the industry right now. And it's crazy that it's coming in like the third phase of his career. It took him that long. But I guess it's easier to do promos when they're coming from a real place.
Plus, I mean, I guess this is something different. This is something interesting, at least. Like Randy Orton, again, I'm one of those guys that think that Randy Orton sometimes rests on his laurels, and unless he gives a shit about the program, he puts forth little effort. But little effort to Randy Orton is still better than half the people. But you can tell when his heart's in it.
Right. So, yeah, I'm going to go with The Fiend winning this as well. And Randy Orton not being seen for a while, which I think that he shouldn't be seen for a while. Plus, he's beating The Fiend at every single stop anyway. And if the Fiend and when the Fiend wins, I think he achieves Ultra Instinct for my Dragon Ball Z fans out there. Like he's unstoppable. He has to go on revenge. He has to dig up Goldberg. Go get all his wins. Go get all his wins back.
He achieves his final form.
Yeah. So, and then next up we got Asuka taking on Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship. Again, same thing we said with the Bianca Belair match. Rhea Ripley is a star. She wins this match, or we riot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Although I don't like.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I said it's Asuka though. Is she ready for Asuka?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley, but I didn't like that bullshit on Monday where she turns on Asuka because she's not a heel. I guess they're gonna have her play the aggressive role. Whatever. She should have been a heel. She should have came in as a heel to the main roster. That's just me. I think Tru Element agrees with that. Yeah, you have to put it on Rhea Ripley. She got cheated out of the win last year with Charlotte, which Charlotte really should have put her over. But I think this year is the one that's kind of making up for last year. Or is her payback or her come up, whatever you want to call it. She's going to finally get her due. She played ball and let Charlotte pin her last year. This is her year, or at least it needs to be.
So I'm a big fan of Asuka, as you guys know. I am kind of over Asuka getting to WrestleMania and losing. But I like Rhea Ripley as well. But I'm still gonna go with Asuka, even though Rhea Ripley makes more sense. It's just one of those things where like I just want Asuka to win at WrestleMania.
Just gonna be the contrarian.
I mean, especially after that. I don't know, because y'all know about the Charlotte situation, right?
Yeah.
Tru Element, you're on mute, I believe.
I was actually going to bring that up, the Immaculate Conception of Charlotte.
I don't know if it was immaculate.
Well, obviously it wasn't successful. The Holy Spirit has not impregnated Charlotte Flair, even though it looked like she had been. But yeah, so she had a negative pregnancy test, but they took her off of WrestleMania as a precaution. That's the line, and that's even what her fiance is saying. Andrade seeing almonds or whatever, but I don't know if that's the reason or if it's because she stood up for a man and got him out of his contract or what the case may be. But no Charlotte on WrestleMania this year, and I don't even think if Charlotte was on the card, it would make that big of a deal. Besides Rhea Ripley still not getting her win at WrestleMania.
Right. I mean, because otherwise the plans was what, Asuka versus Charlotte, and
well, it
we've
was
seen
supposed
that.
to be Lacey Evans versus Charlotte. That was what it was.
Oh yeah.
But Lacey Evans was supposed to win the title from Asuka. I like you just had the biggest smirk on your face, like
they did her so bogus. But anyway.
That would have been crazy, though, that her opponent went out pregnant and then she went out pregnant, if that had been the whole case.
Good thing they didn't book the match before the match was set.
Well, that's one of the craziest things about WWE is that they build their entire roster around 2 or 3 people and one goes down and it all falls like a house of cards because nobody else has been built up enough to be believable at any genre. Like, there's no woman in WWE that I can talk about like a Samoa Joe or like I was talking about Sheamus or talk about like Cesaro. Well, Cesaro, his wins and losses didn't matter. You just knew he was always going to lose, but you still liked him. But like I said, Sheamus has been putting in work, and no matter how many times he loses, you feel like he can win. Because all it takes is that bro kick. Samoa Joe talk all the shit in the world and go out on his back, but he'll talk you into the arena, even though you know he's going to lose. But there's not a woman on the roster that can do that from the position that they're in my opinion. Agree or disagree?
I
All right, that's a big amount of silence, so we're gonna move.
Yeah, I have to think about that.
So you think there's a woman on the roster that, from their position that they're at now, they could go out there, cut a promo, and you will believe that they could go out there and beat Asuka, or go out there and beat Sasha Banks, or go out there and beat Becky Lynch when she was still there. They can talk you into believing that they're going to win.
I think that none of the women have been, like, for instance, do we know Dana Brooke couldn't cut a promo like that? Because I don't think a lot of women have been given the opportunity.
Well, we've seen Dana Brooke cut her promos where she always sounds like she's about to start crying. Like, we said Dana Brooke improved in the ring. She has not improved on promo work.
What I'm saying is I don't think they've given enough women time to shine. Like, maybe she'd rise to the occasion if she was given the opportunity.
Yeah, I was gonna say the best woman's promo that we've had came from Sonya Deville when she was beefing with Mandy Rose. That was probably the best women's promo that we've had in the past 2 years.
We've gotten, even though they weren't long, we've gotten 2 good promos, just people talking about how they want their opportunity. I can't remember their names, though. The one that used to tag, she was one of the Iconics, I believe. And she got a promo like, listen, it's my time.
Who, Peyton Royce?
Yeah, there we go. And somebody else did a promo like that, too.
I thought she was a fan. Man,
all right.
Man,
I'm a fan of the Iconics. Them split, meh. They need to be back together and be the most formidable tag team.
Come on, that's Matt Cardona's girlfriend. Show her some respect.
So the ones with Matt Cardona and the other ones with the chairman of AEW, can't think of his name.
Oh, hold up.
Spears. Sean Spears.
Yeah, hold on. So that's who Billy Kay is with?
He's with one of them from the account. I think it is Billy Kay.
Because Peyton Royce is with Matt Cardona.
Yeah. That's it then.
So Billy Kay is with Sean Spears. I didn't know that. That's news to me.
Yep.
See, I can achieve greatness.
Wait a minute. Sean Spears was with someone else, not Billy Kay.
Oh, it was with from the Iconics.
Are you sure about that?
I will fact check myself. Give me one moment.
So I thought it was her. Wasn't it her partner? Peyton Royce?
Peyton Royce is with Matt Cardona.
Maybe I'm mistaken then.
I know that one because I've seen his action figure collection, and she's on his YouTube channel.
You seen his action figure? I just made that so creepy.
Oh, so Poppy and Nita Strauss are going to be performing on the NXT shows, for those of you who are tuning into those. Nita Strauss is on night 1, Poppy is on night 2.
Yep, Peyton Royce. Sean Spears is actually married to her.
He's winning.
Yeah, I say that's what I thought, because it's like when he left WWE, I'm just like, well, at least his bitch is, at least his woman is, at least this woman is kind of like, in a good place in WWE.
Wow, the black came out of Chris Black right there.
That's Chris Black. Chris Black, for those you don't know that's listening, he's over there drinking some Hennessy, and he got a Black and Mild. He's getting his best Shannon Sharp on right now. He's about to he's about to go on his podcast, on his YouTube channel, and start doing the Kevin Samuels gimmick. Danger Zone. So for those of you who also don't know, I guess throw this programming note out there. The WWE Network is no more. So the WWE Network shut down on the 5th, or the 4th, one of those days, the 4th or the 5th. And so the only way to see WrestleMania is to do it the old school way, or to get Peacock. If you sign up for Peacock using their special promo, just Google Peacock WWE. You can get Peacock for 4 months for $10. That's not $10 a month. That's $2.50 each month for 4 months, and then you can check out WrestleMania. So
I do want to let everybody out there know too that if you have signed up already for Peacock and got the free version of Peacock, you can use that promo code and still upgrade to the premium for the $250 a month for 4 months. So I don't know if you didn't know that. Some people think if you got the free one, you can't get that promo. You can still get that promo.
There we go. So hope you guys enjoy the show. I hope I enjoy the show. It's gonna be crazy that they're planning for next year for WrestleMania to go back to one night. I don't think we could ever go back to one night of WrestleMania. I don't know about you guys. Next year is even crazier though. Next year kind of needs to be one night because it's going to be in Texas at AT&T Stadium. That place holds like 200,000 people for a wrestling show, so there's no way to sell that out for 2 nights. But I plan on going to WrestleMania next year. I'm going to convince these guys we're going to go to WrestleMania next year, and mainly due to I know the Undertaker's going into the Hall of Fame next year because it's in Texas, and I would like to be in the arena for that. But other than that, you guys want to give out your social medias, or if you got any last things to say?
You can catch me at XM Cinema. Wait, I think Chris Black's trying to say something, but he's on mute.
So we don't give a fuck about Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan and Edge?
Nope.
I said what I said. No. Okay, yeah. So, in the main event of Sunday night is going to be Roman Reigns as the Universal Champion defending against Daniel Bryan and Edge.
Okay, can we talk about something?
Spoiler report. Edge is winning.
I just feel like Daniel Bryan is getting all this unnecessary heat for no reason. Y'all see them putting them in memes and everything? It's like
that's because motherfuckers think that they actually think Daniel Bryan is like, I don't know, politicking to be a triple. I don't think he would have gave a shit to be in this match, to be honest. They kind of threw him in there because the storyline was better between him and Roman Reigns. Shit, I think we discussed that on the podcast.
And then it also said that Vince McMahon thinks Edge looks old, so they got a youngin in there.
Because he does. I mean, Daniel Bryan's probably not that much younger than he is, but
it's funny, I feel Edge was looking old as a babyface, but I think now that he's going back to his rated R superstar, like heel stuff, it makes him look younger. Because now he gets to make facial expression. Like, that's the thing. I feel like in WWE, they tell their baby faces that they can have one expression, smile. And if you're a heel, they allow you to emote a lot more. But their baby faces just go out there and be happy. Go out there and smile. You don't ever get to show pain. You don't ever get to show sadness. Like, you don't get to show any emotion. And so that made Edge look, now that he can scrunch his face up and make crazy faces, the wrinkles don't show as much as a heel. That's just my thought. I don't know if you guys have noticed that or ever thought that. But I've noticed that with like people like Ricochet and Apollo Crews and like I said, all the baby faces.
That's also what happens when you don't really have any personality.
So they don't allow you to have any Edge has personality, but as a babyface, you still being forced to come out there and smile all the damn time. Randy Orton RKO'd his freaking wife, and he still had to come out there and smile. Come on.
Speaking of Beth Phoenix, did anybody see on NXT when
yeah.
What?
When Johnny Gargano said, Beth, you think you know me?
It was great. He was like, on this day. I love Gargano.
Yeah. Well, anyways, let's take this home. I don't know how long we've been recording for. This is a long prediction show.
49
you guys
minutes.
Got anything else to say? Run down your gimmicks.
Okay, yeah. So my pick is Daniel Bryan for that match. I think it's throw that in there, but that'll be something different that we won't expect. But it'll probably be Roman Reigns because Vince and jagging off. But anyway, you can catch me at Xavier Mustafa on Facebook and on Twitter. You can catch my solo podcast at XM Cinema on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. And you can also follow me wherever you're listening to your podcast.
Yeah, and you can catch me at The Natural Chris Black on Facebook and Instagram, and at _natural_CB on the Twitter. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, at The Natural Chris Black, where I cover all New Japan because I'm trying to replace Dave Meltzer. But anyway, yeah.
All right. It's actually funny. I got Young Rock playing in the background, and he just brought out Rosario Dawson. I guess maybe it's like a Secretary of Defense on the show or whatever. And it's just kind of funny. I was like, as long as The Rock and Will Smith are alive, Rosario Dawson's always going to have a job because she worked with these two and she will pop up in everything. I'm a Rosario Dawson fan though, so if you guys haven't ever seen Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, check that out. Rosario Dawson's in there, great role. You haven't checked out Troy, check that out. She has a very great scene in Troy, very, very great. But she has an even better scene in Trance, if you haven't seen that, which is one of my top movies of all time. Not just because of Rosario Dawson's scenes in there, but it's a really good movie, and it will mess your head up. Don't watch it high. Other than that, you can catch me at Slamcaster TE78 over on Twitter. I'll be over there for WrestleMania, as well as on our Discord channel. I will be in the Discord chat during WrestleMania. I may not be there for the beginning of WrestleMania, but I will be popping in there. I don't know about my co-host. What else do we got? Check us out wherever you get your podcast from. So just go on your favorite podcast app, search Saturday Night Slamcasters or hashtag Come Get Slam. Also over on Facebook, you can find us on our official page, Saturday Night Slamcasters, as well as Saturday Night Slamcasters Slam Board, which is our Facebook group, a lot more interactive over there. And well, like I said, programming note is that our episode this week, our official podcast episode, is going to be dropping a day early for you guys. So be sure to get over there to your podcast app and subscribe. As well as next week, we're going to have a bonus episode running down WrestleMania, Raw, NXT, and AEW, and possibly Impact Wrestling, so that we don't have a 4-hour podcast the fourth week of the month. So other than that, we up out of here. Come get slammed. Peace. Holla at your boys.